What is one example of how wearable technology is used in hospitals? Monitoring patient conditions. Why do we sweat when our body feels hot? To regulate body temperature. In what general direction are most galaxies in the universe moving? Moving away. Which property of a sound wave determines the pitch of the sound? Frequency. Which gas makes up about 78% of Earth's atmosphere? Nitrogen. What type of compound is formed when a metal and a nonmetal element combine? Ionic compound. What landform is created at the boundary between sea and land by wave erosion? Sea cave. What are the cells in the retina of the eye that detect light called? Rod cells and cone cells. What happens if you take a plastic bag filled with air up a mountain? It swells up. What is the force that pulls all objects toward each other? Gravity. What is the main purpose of the insulating material that covers electrical wires? To prevent electric shock. Where do the nutrients produced in the leaves by photosynthesis move to? To the stem and roots. Which planet appears brightest to the naked eye? Venus. What is the largest desert on Earth? The Antarctic continent. What is the point on Earth's surface directly above the focus of an earthquake called? The epicenter. Under what conditions does weathering occur easily? When the temperature difference is large. What is the vibration of an object that produces sound called? Vibration. How does the orbital speed of a planet change the closer it is to the Sun? It becomes faster. Which kind of molecular motion is related to the spreading of fragrance when you open a bottle of perfume? Diffusion. What do we call rocks that are formed when existing rocks are altered by heat and pressure? Metamorphic rock. What is the principle of measuring distance by using the time delay of radio wave reflection in radar? The principle of radio wave reflection. From where does the force that moves an electric train on rails come? Electrical energy and magnetic force. What is the band of various colors that appears due to the dispersion of light called? A spectrum. Which phenomenon is caused by Earth's rotation? Day and night. What happens to a magnet's magnetic force when it is heated sufficiently? It becomes weaker. What happens to a metal bar when it is rubbed with a magnet? It becomes magnetized like a magnet. What is emitted or absorbed when an electron moves between energy levels? A photon. As a magnet becomes stronger, how does the magnitude of the magnetic field change? It increases. What happens to the boiling point when salt is dissolved in water? It increases. Which gas is needed for a candle flame to burn? Oxygen. Approximately how many days does it take the Moon to make one orbit around Earth? About 27.3 days. Which part of the brain mainly regulates emotions? The limbic system. What is it called when breathing and heartbeat work in harmony during exercise? Cardiopulmonary coordination. What is the smallest basic unit in biological classification called? A species. In which medium is the speed of light the greatest? Vacuum. What structural feature allows the nervous system to transmit stimuli quickly? Long, extended axons. What do you call the wind that blows from the sea toward the land? A sea breeze. What is needed for all parts of a robot to work together in harmony? Control program. What is the negatively charged particle that orbits around the atomic nucleus called? Electron. How does the mass of a neutron compare to that of a proton? It is almost the same. Thanks for watching all the way through. Share your science knowledge in the comments. Your support helps us create even more science quizzes. See you in the next one.